Hey dorks, coming at you from the Lone Star State, a pop culture podcast about movies, TV, toys, and other dorky things, with a twist of real life dad stuff too. So here he is, Lucky the Dork Dad. This is the Dork Dad Podcast.
What's up, dorks? This is Lucky the Dork Dad coming at you with a brand new episode of the Dork Dad Podcast, the very first episode of the new year. Yes, I know it's been a while, but there's just been a lot of things going on. Holidays are always rough for me. Trying to spend most of my time with the family, of course, when we got to do a lot of cool stuff. Just to keep you up with the fam, my son was in a holiday parade here in the little city we live in, because he does play the trombone for high school. We did it's called Elf Louise, this project down here in San Antonio where I got to dress up as Santa Claus, and me and my family went to go deliver presents to those less fortunate. That was a lot of fun. Just seeing the kids, when we pull up with the presents, just the look in their eyes, their excitement was pretty amazing. We did do this a while back, and I really want to try to make it more of a tradition moving forward. It was, like I said, it was a lot of fun. And of course, all the Christmas and New Year's festivities, Star Wars, of course, took up some time. And like I said, moving forward with these new episodes, I really want to try to get in some guests. And during the holidays, it's just hard sometimes. People want to be with their family, and it's kind of hard to get that one-on-one time. But moving forward, I think I have some people lined up, and the first guest on this episode is Thick Nick himself, Nicholas von Frankenstein, Nick Zamfotis, the man of many names. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to get Nick on for a while now. We have a little project coming out that you should be looking forward to. We will definitely be talking about it on the show. And let's see. Of course, this episode is brought to you by Three-Legged Rabbit, which will come into play as well. So remember to go check it out, threeleggedrabbit.com. I have a few new shirts up there, but be sure to look at everything. And right now, anything that's under podcast gear is 10% off when you use the code podcast during checkout. So go check it out, threeleggedrabbit.com. So hopefully you enjoy this episode. We did I stayed up late for this one, even though I had to be at work early in the morning, but I had to get an episode out. So you can tell by the end of the episode I start draining. But again, I hope you enjoy it. Here is Thick Nick, von Frankenstein, Zamfotis, and all that stuff. So hope y'all enjoy the show.
Nick, 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 Nickelodeon. Nick, 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 Nickelodeon.
the file I sent you was the PDF. Do you want me to send you the PNG?
Either extension works, with this setup. So either way, I use PNG because that's what I save my work at. But either way works.
Yeah, I mean, I could send you the PNG. But yeah, I was telling Dario and Rich, I said, like all of a sudden out of the blue, like I told them, I'm like, yeah, lucky, like, because I sent them both the image.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you, fucking Rich sent me a message, and he was, you know what, man, I'll just play it for you.
All right.
Man, it was like it got me fucking like juiced. Where is it? Give me a second. All right, let me turn this way the fuck up. Oh damn. All right, what's up?
Dude, that looks so fucking dope. Why aren't you just doing that, son? Jesus Christ. That looks so good. That looks so fucking good. God damn it, Nick.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't hit him up with the one with the signature on it.
Uh-huh.
Man, I sent that shit to my mom because I was showing it to my mom. And I called her. She was like, "Oh my god, it looks so much better with the signature on it." I'm like, "I know."
Yeah, I was like, you have to have your name on there somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I told you that. I was like, it's got to be there somewhere. On the sleeve, it looks really good. Really good.
But yeah, that's what I was talking to the Rich and Dario about it. I was telling him, I said, like you hit me up, and I told him like I didn't know like how well a T-shirt will do, and I figure instead of me opening up a Redbubble account and just trying to like fall on face first.
Yeah.
Like it kind of gives me a little testing ground before I open up a Redbubble account, to do prints so people can order and whatnot, and just throw other designs up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is it can just be an exclusive. You can do your own thing. That's cool. I'm just trying to help out wherever I can, help out the crew. But yeah, we can definitely put it out. I've been trying to do more shirts for the RLU and stuff too. Just maybe I should go with that cheaper shirt.
Yeah.
I just never tried it out.
Because another thing I was telling Rich, I was telling Rich actually about a biker patches.
Yeah.
Because I told him, man, I love the Sinestro logo, like with the dude, like that is my favorite. But what I was telling him, I said, why not just do kind of like a biker shirt? Like the top rocker says Raw Live, and then you have the and the bottom rocker says unedited. I said, just put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. If you can come up with something, I'm just not the artist. Like I try to make my own logos. I've outsourced some, like my Dork Dad logo with my face. Or just outsource that. But yeah, if you have any kind of logo, like I can put it on a shirt so easy. And the way I do it, like I told you when we were talking, it's a little more expensive to do it like this, but you don't have to. There's no money up front where you have to like pay to get a screen print done, and you have to buy in bulk and all that. So it's a little easier on that end. But yeah, we can pretty much do anything.
Oh yeah, man. I'm actually gonna download Art Studio Pro because Procreate it doesn't allow you to use text.
Oh really?
Yeah. Art Studio Pro. Oh, it's $11.99. That's trash. Purchase. Man, I'm one of those dumbasses that have one of those fucking complicated passwords with numbers and shit.
I'm totally opposite. Like I have pretty much the same password for everything. So if anybody figures it out, I'm in trouble. But
yeah.
There's just so many things out there, right? You need a password for every single thing. It's too hard to remember everything.
My grandpa, when he was alive, man, he always had like it was a complicated password too, and it was one for everything. Like everything was something different, and he would remember them. I'm like, I looked at him like, how? Like, how do you remember them?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. So, I don't know if it's been a while since I recorded. I'm a little rusty, but
The first one of the year.
yeah, first
Oh,
one of
that's dope.
yeah. So I changed my format from my original way. I don't know if you ever listened or not, but it doesn't matter. But now, I'm focusing more. I want to do more like interview types.
All right.
Originally it was just me solo by myself, and
Yeah.
it gets hard talking to yourself for an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why Real Talk got canceled.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Especially trying to keep it up week to week, and it's like, man, what am I going to talk about today? But yeah, so and now I'm doing like a little intro, just myself, and then I'll kind of explain what's going to happen on the show, and then I'm just going to cut into us talking. So,
All right.
So whenever you're ready, I guess.
I'm ready when you are, sir.
All right. So it's nothing formal because I'm gonna introduce you in the separate intro. So,
All right.
So what's going on, Nick?
Oh, nothing much, man.
So I do have a question. You always you're defending Chicago. So do you live in Chicago or are you just from Chicago?
I live in Chicago.
All right. I just wanted to clear that up because me myself, and I'm kind of wondering if you are, but I am a big Bears fan. And are you a Bears fan, being from Chicago?
You know what, man? To be honest, man, I don't give a shit about sports. But I do root for them. I root for them because Chicago.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just that being here in Texas, it's like Dallas Cowboys, everything. Everybody's in the Dallas Cowboys, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys. And everybody always asks, why are you a Bears fan? You're not even from there. Like, I was born in California, but I've lived here in San Antonio most of my life. Mm-hmm. And they're like, why are you a Bears fan? It doesn't make sense. It was like, you know what, growing up is when had the 85 Bears, and it just stuck. I loved them ever since.
Oh, man, you know what? It's a lot like the Chicago Bulls. When we had the dream team, man, when we had Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, Rodman, that whole team was the perfect team they put together.
Right.
They were a team. Like, yeah, Jordan was the star of the team, but I mean, they all acted as a team. Now it's like, man, it's like they don't even fucking try anymore. Oh wait, can we curse on this?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, they don't even try anymore. Like my ex took me to a Bulls game, and man, it's like they got the ball snatched right from them, and they just stayed at the other end of the court, just watching them, get a dunk. And we're all like, "What are you doing?" Like, we get you're behind, but man, try.
Yeah, it's like they're just there for a paycheck now.
And granted, when we had that dream team, man, I mean, we didn't always win. I mean, we had some losses, but they knew how to put on a show.
Right.
I mean, you had Rodman, and Rodman, it would always be like, all right, what's his hair going to look like now?
Right. And he came from the Spurs, and it's kind of so the Spurs are going through that right now too. We lost Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, our big three that got us all those championships, and now we're just kind of like going through the motions.
Yep, it's a lot like our Cubbies, man. You know what? I'm a Cubbies. I'll say I'm a Cubbies fan. I don't fucking watch baseball to save my life, dude. Like I tried watching it once, and it was just so fucking boring.
It is boring. I mean, I can stand it if I'm at a live game, like actually watching it, but on TV, no, I can't watch it.
Man, I can't. But that's the thing. Cubbies, it's a novelty here in Chicago. People want to go to a Cubs game. And honestly, a lot of the upper class go to the Cubs games. They get the season passes, and it's just they go there to party, no matter if we win or lose. And it's just like, why pay the money to have a good team if people are still going to go to the games and sit down and watch them? The Sox need that. Sox need a good team because they, Comiskey. Oh, what is it called now? It's not Comiskey Park anymore.
I don't know.
You know what, man? That's a beautiful thing about going to Chicago. It's like we call things from what we know them as.
Right.
Like it will always be the Sears Tower. It'll never be the Willis Tower.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll just call it Sox Stadium, whatever stadium they're at. U.S. Cellular Field. I don't know, man. But over Wrigleyville, man, you have bars all over the place. Like, restaurants all over the place. Now, if you go to where I'll just call it Comiskey Park, it's just a parking lot, and that's it. It's on the south side. Like they don't have that draw to,
right.
But I mean that's a problem there. So they need the good team.
Yeah, but anyways, enough sports, I guess.
Yeah, but I am from Chicago, not the suburbs.
Right.
I'm from the city.
Deep dish, right? Deep dish.
Yeah, deep dish all the way, man.
All right. Right. I like deep dish. I mean, I like both, but I don't want to get into that argument.
I know, man. You know what? Here's the thing, but I don't mind New York style. Like, it's the more convenient one and less expensive. But
yeah.
Man, once you start insulting my deep dish, man, I gotta defend where I'm from.
And
even though where I'm from is trash, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Look at our fucking murder and crime rates. And not only that, how corrupt our city and state is.
Yeah. But your city is your city,
Yep.
Like I said, I was born in California, but I'll defend San Antonio till I die,
Yes, sir.
But yeah. So like I said, I had deep dish. They actually had I'm trying to remember the name. It was like Gino's East or something like that. Gino something.
Gino's East is trash, man. That sunflower crust, yeah.
So
Giordano's is good.
Well, like I said, Gino's East tried to set up shop here, and there was a few locations, and it just didn't last. Maybe we're impatient here in San Antonio because you order a deep dish, you're going to wait like 40 minutes before you get it.
45, 50 minutes, yep.
Yeah, but I liked it, but they since have closed down. So anyways, let's see. So I want to talk about this, and am I pronouncing this right? Zamfotis art, or how do you say it?
That is probably the closest. I think the one who always butchers it is Rich. It's actually pronounced Zamfotis.
Zamfotis.
Yeah.
All right. So what is that name, or where that name?
That's actually my last name. Okay. I go by Nicholas von Frankenstein on Facebook. But the thing is, years ago, man, I used to do security for our airport, or O'Hare Airport. And basically, I did security for the expansion. So I was working outside. So it was about like 12, 13-hour shifts. And sometimes you get downtime during the day, and people would go on Facebook. Well, they started writing people up because they would look them up on Facebook, see that they were on their phone. So I changed my last name, and it just stuck.
Smart.
Yeah. And now it's just kind of like, if you know me, you know me. So I just kept it. I've been thinking about, with my art page, changing my last name back. But man, some of the stuff that I post, I don't want everybody seeing that.
Right. You don't want to be like, who is it? James Gunn or, Kevin Hart, where they get called out for tweets 10 years later.
Mind you, I don't post up anything like that, but and I don't even talk politics anymore, man. Right. I feel like it's a losing game.
People get offended over anything now, though.
And you know what, man? That's the crazy thing. That shit don't make any sense. It's like,
yeah,
Oh, especially our last election, man. It was just like I kept my mouth shut. Period. I chose not to vote. And like people are just like, oh, then you're letting Hillary win. I'm like, well, I'm letting Trump win too. I'm like, they both suck.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
I don't like to get into politics, but yeah, we look really stupid right now.
yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's just like, and people were telling me vote for the lesser of two evils. I'm like, where? Like, Hillary's just the Clintons themselves are just like the most evil group of people I've ever met. And it's funny, like you got dirt on the Clintons, and all of a sudden you just disappear.
Yeah, literally. Right.
I don't know. People who know the Clintons end up committing suicide. It's really weird. Fuck.
But
But
so Zambotis, right? All right. Yeah, don't listen to Rich. Don't change that name, man. If that's what you want it to be, you got to roll with it,
yeah.
Even though Nick Art is pretty catchy.
Yeah.
So, so how long or like what started you? I mean, your work is awesome, by the way. Like,
Thank you. That means a lot.
It's really amazing. I've always been jealous, like, of artists because, like, I really want to be an artist, but I can't draw. I can't really do any of that. I mean, I've tried, and I'm like, yeah, this is garbage. But so I'm a big fan, and I'm really in awe of your work. But like, at what age, or maybe like, or what got you started in trying to draw or paint, or what was your first means of doing this kind of stuff?
Oh man. When I was a kid and I just picked up like a crayon and I just started drawing, like right off the bat my parents knew that I had talent. That talent would eventually progress. And I always loved art class. Art class was my favorite. But it wasn't until high school when I learned how to paint. And my teacher, like I was always the one talking in class, period. Like it didn't matter. And what my teacher, I think it was my senior year in high school, I had art, and she would literally make me pick up all my things and move to her desk to work. And she would pull me after class, and she would tell me, she was like, listen, I keep doing this because you show so much potential and I want you to learn. She goes, stop fooling around in class. Stop paying attention to the people at your table. And I want you to focus. And like that really did wonders for me, man. Like, she taught me how to paint. And, then in college, I just took a ton of art classes, along with just trying to find my footing of what I want to do in life. Like I took so many different classes. Like my major kept changing. But I took a lot of drawing. Figure drawing was probably the awkward one, because you have like a nude model in front of you. Like there were a lot of snickers and giggles like the first couple of days. Because like all of a sudden, man, you got a stage right in front of you. You got your easel with your Bristol board, and like the person just gets on that stage and just drops that robe like it's nothing, like they've been doing this. And yeah, it was I don't know. After a while, like you just kind of get used to it. But ton of painting classes, and then I took a few digital art classes, and I don't know if it's just that I'm a fuddy-duddy. I'm like old fashioned, but like I love, man, a canvas in front of me. But man, I gave up art for a while because I worked at an art fair, and man, it's just like, like when that black cloud starts following you like throughout the day and it just doesn't let up. But I got beat down at that art fair. A lot of negativity got thrown my way. It was a 2-day art fair, and just the next day I didn't even go. And I just kind of packed up shop.
you can't listen to the haters, man. I mean, everybody's art is their own art. It's different from anybody else's, and you just have to do your thing. And I know art it's hard to, let's say, make it or break through or stand out. There's a bunch of artists out there, but they're hustlers. And they keep doing what they do and just keep going with it.
Yeah. You know what? And one of my friends from the League of Geeks podcast, his name is Alil. He actually hit me up that he was doing his own convention out in Elgin. That's a suburb in Illinois. But he was telling me, like, the table, man, it was just so cheap. It was too cheap to pass up.
Right.
And so, man, I just started pumping out as many paintings as I could. And, before that, like, I was just doing paintings for myself. That was it. Like, something I wanted to hang up in my room, or, like, for a friend, like, I'd paint something, but never to sell. And when he told me about it, I'm like, all right, well, let me pump out as much as I can in such a short amount of time. I think I had, like, 2 or 3 months. I think I knocked out, like, 7 paintings. But when I went there, I only sold 1 painting, but it was such a different environment from that art fair. It's like everybody was so encouraging, and it was a learning experience.
Right.
Because, like, I saw that I needed to go down the direction of digital, because people want to buy $20 prints. People want to buy what they can afford. People can't afford to buy, like, an $80 to $100 canvas.
Right.
So it made sense. So, I gave it a lot of thought, and like a couple months, I want to say not a couple months, but maybe 6 months later, I bought the iPad Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, man, I'm having it's so much fun. So much fun. Like,
it's the one with the pen. It has the pen on it.
Yeah, I got the Apple Pencil. Dude, it's just so much fun. Like, and like I'm still a noob when it comes to digital art, so I use the color picker. Basically, like, you push a button. This is how ignorant I am when it comes to, like, explaining shit on I guess digital art. But you push that button, like, and then you go to, like, part of an image, and it'll pick up the color, because, like, I know how to mix paints to get the color, but, like, it's such a different ball game when you do it digitally.
You gotta choose it, right?
So, I mean, that's the only cheating thing that I do. Man, I've seen other people, like, they'll blatantly trace an image, which is, that's fine. I mean, it's cool. Like, especially if you're using Adobe Illustrator, I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, I think that whole program is based on tracing. But yeah, man, it's just, this whole thing is just fun.
Is it? I mean, I'm trying to imagine painting digitally. Is it kind of similar to actually painting, or?
Dude, it's actually easier, because, like, honestly, like I said, like, the color picker, like, you just go to an image, like, all right, I need to go darker, or I need to get this type of tone. Now, mind you, I don't become what's the right term for it? I don't become a slave to it, like, where I constantly only rely on that. Like, I'll constantly adjust, like, the setting of it, so I can make it brighter or darker, because the image is pixelated as it is. So once you constantly keep moving around, like, you're only going to get certain values to the point where it's blocky. And one of my inspirations is actually Van Gogh. I love seeing lines. I love seeing, like, shapes in an image. So, like, I do my best to try to put that in there. But yeah, this program is just so much fun. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's just like a spark of madness that I get, here and there, like, where I'll pump out, like, 2 a day, or at least 1 a day.
Yeah, I noticed, like, there'll be you won't post anything, and then, like, all of a sudden you get, like, 4 or 5 pictures.
Yeah.
Was he holding these, or did he just do them right now? Or it's like, but yeah, all of it's great, man.
Thank you. But no, man, what you were saying earlier about, like, you're not an artist or like you can't do it, man. I think the best thing that I learned, like even art and weightlifting, man, can't, when you say I can't, that's just a limitation you set for yourself. Like, it's just, like I said for the longest time, I can't do digital art, and like, that was a handicap I gave myself. It's just like I encourage, like especially like my friends too. Like I encourage everybody to just do it.
Right.
You know, we can say like I can't be this or I can't be that. Then you never will be.
Yeah, I think that's just me. Like I'm a big overthinker. Like I overthink things so much. Instead of just acting. You know what I mean? If that
Yeah.
makes sense. And like,
Oh,
and
trust me, man.
people that are like that, and my daughter has that same thing too. I can see it in her face. Like she's overthinking stuff. Um, but sometimes it gets in the way because you overthink it to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it, or I can't do it, or um, what you do is not good enough. You know what I mean? You're worried about what other people are thinking.
Man, and honestly, coming from the work that I do, like that is the most detrimental thing because you have the end product in your head of how it's supposed to look, and sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. But that doesn't mean that your work is bad. It just means that like you overthought it, and like just put it down for a while and come back and revisit it. Damn, I think I just, you know what? I actually just did that not too long ago with one of them. I had to, it was just stepping away from it for a while and just revisiting it later. And sometimes that's really helpful. And other times it's just you are consciously, you're overthinking what's in front of you, and you ever notice something like when you drive too carefully, like people who drive too carefully tend to get into accidents more
Yeah.
often. But like, honestly, man, like you ever catch yourself when you're driving, you're just kind of in autopilot mode and
Yes.
like you're a better driver. Like it's like
Especially
that.
like, my commute to work and back. It's like sometimes I look up and I'm like, I don't even remember turning down this road, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Like you say, you're just an autopilot.
It's just like you're thinking about your day or thinking about like everyday life. Like to me, man, I love driving. Like people tell me like I hate driving. Now, when people in California tell me I hate driving, like my parents and my brother went over there to Cali, and my mom was just like, honestly, I would tell you, like don't rent a car, but you need to rent a car if you're in California because you have to take a freeway to a freeway to a freeway to get
Mm,
to where you're going. Like you have to take two or three like freeways just to get on the freeway you want to. Like where they were going, it was like 4 miles away, but it took it like the GPS said it'll take you 4.5 hours or like 2.5 hours to get there. And like they were like, no, that can't be right. They were like, it was right.
yeah, I was gonna say that same thing. The last time I was in California, we were in I want to say San Diego. Um, I don't know. We were looking for this restaurant, and from where we're at, yeah, I said it was like maybe 10 miles away, and I swear it took us like an hour and a half to get there. I was like, are you kidding me? I like driving, but over here in Texas, not as bad as like LA area or that kind of area where it's just like nonstop bumper to bumper.
You know, see, I hate our trains. So like the trains and the buses here, for one, it's man, I just got tired of like train surfing or being on a crowded train. I got tired of worrying about bringing a bed bug home from like because our trains have bed bugs. Um, yeah, that's awesome. Like,
Because you got the homeless beds, right?
it's not just from the homeless people, man. It's just there's so many people going to and like our blue line has it. That's the one that goes directly to O'Hare, but also our red line has it. Now, here's the thing: at a certain point, all of our trains intersect with one another where you can transfer over. So like if they're on two of them, they're on all of them. That's my logic. And it's just, man, I don't want to bring that home.
Right.
It's like, I had a friend who had it, and she was just like, literally, you pack up your life in garbage bags, and it stays in one area. That's it. Like for 6 months. And you call an exterminate. It like she told me it was like a horrible experience. And like, I want to go through that. Well, so I got tired of the homeless people. Like I got tired of the smell of urine. So I'm like, I need a car. I'm done.
So if I ever go to Chicago to watch a Bears game, don't ride the train.
Oh, you can ride the train, just don't sit down.
All right.
Man, there's actual videos too, man, of like somebody recording it. Like there's bed bugs on the seat. Oh man.
Hey, getting back to your art, right? So this is I don't know how we veered away. We went off on a tangent, but so I wanted to bring you on, as an artist spotlight for this episode, and
oh man, I appreciate that.
And also, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I'm kind of excited. We've been talking about I wanted to try to help you out and start putting some stuff out there, maybe some products. So should we say what's on the works here?
Yeah, man.
Right. So I guess for now, be on the lookout really soon for Nick Art exclusive on 3leggedrabbit.com. We will be coming out with a t-shirt. So, I don't know what we want to call it. Well, we can't call it Joker. That'll get us in trouble, but
yeah. Fleck or Arthur,
that'll work. Arthur, the clown.
Yeah, the clown. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think that could work. Yeah, because I wasn't sending the clown's plane. No, it was. It was our. It was the old. I almost said Bears. The Bulls thing. The child molester.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't. I don't know the name of the song. But yeah. That song was actually a huge controversy in that movie, because the fact that it was in the movie, and he was such a terrible human being. Like he was, I think it was just a child pedophile. Well, that's terrible, but just a child. Yeah. I didn't mean it like that, all. But like, yeah, that's all. But yeah, he was a child pedophile, and Todd Phillips defended it, man. He was just like, no, there's a reason that song is playing during that scene.
Yeah, so look out for an exclusive a t-shirt coming really soon that you'll be able to find on 3leggedrabbit.com, and we will be posting that up as soon as it becomes available. Just got to make sure it looks good enough for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. I had a question I wanted to ask. I guess it's been, someone posted it up. I think the Toy Migos mentioned it on They're Not Dolls. But someone mentioned it on the RLU podcast and bullshit Facebook page. They said, if you were an action figure, and I'm asking you this, if you're an action figure, or if they made an action figure of you, Nick, what would be your accessories?
Oh, damn it. What would my accessories be? My iPad, for sure. A backpack, because I always got my backpack with me. A phone. I always got my phone in my hand. Probably a flat bill. And I got to have a watch, man. I'm a bit of a watch slut, so.
Nice. A flat bill. You mean like those what are they called? It's a hat, right? Those
Yeah.
like Boston Scully hats, kind of like, right? Is
Oh no, it's just
that what you mean?
a baseball cap. It's
Oh,
well, I wear snapbacks.
oh, you're one of those.
Yes.
Oh, I got you. Yep.
Probably a figure or what? Yeah, a figure. I'm looking around my room right now.
I think everybody nowadays would want a phone or an iPad as an accessory. Just as it's sad how that's
You know what? I'm gonna say this too.
are.
You know what? Include me with two accessories, man. Throw in the Master Sword and the Hylian shield and a lightsaber,
There you go. There
man.
you go.
Because those are my like. I love Star Wars and I love Zelda. So yeah, throw in the Hylian shield, the Master Sword, and the lightsaber.
All right. Now you mentioned Star Wars, and I know you do a lot of Star Wars in your art, at least from what I've seen. Well, you do Marvel too, but you know the big question, right? If you had to choose Star Wars or Marvel, what would it be?
Are we talking movies, or just franchises as a whole?
Franchises in general. It's been ongoing on the RLU for a while. It's, which one is more, how do they say, culturally significant?
Oh, okay. Uh, oh man. You know what? Uh, who do I think is all right? Man, who's more? You know what, man? Because I remember being in the RLU group chat when this all shit kicked off because of fucking Rich, man. Rich had to go talking shit with the Sarlacc guys, and then that was it.
I think I'm Star Wars all the way, but I think this year it kind of changed. I mean, not for me, but I know there's a lot of people leaning on the Marvel side because we're deep into Marvel, and at the time, we had Infinity War and Endgame come out. But now that we're at the end of the year, I think people are starting to switch. We got The Mandalorian and the whole, Episode 9. People are trying to. Seems like they're switching over.
I'm thinking about them as a whole, right? So, Star Wars, I only mainly care about the movies and the shows, right? Rebels is really good. Clone Wars is amazing. Just get through that first season. That's all I suggest to people. Same thing with Rebels. I take that back. I love Rebels. Rebels was amazing too. And then you got some of the video games. Like Battlefront 2, I heard the newest update was really good, but I mean, what other games do we got? We got Knights of the Old Republic. We got Battlefront, the original Battlefront 2. And we got the newest one. What was it called? Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, man. But now if you go to the Marvel side, right? Like I'm especially looking at the toys too, like because I got my Black Series and my figure art Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go over to the Marvel side, you got those Mayfax figures, which are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that Wolverine is like, granted, it was it was part of my last haul of the year. That made my number one figure of 2019. Just instantly, as soon as you start posing him, like you just can't stop. You could get him to any pose you want. Same thing with the Spider-Man, but I had QC issues with that Spider-Man, so that's why he didn't make my number one. But like, you got the figure arts, you got the Legends, and Legends have been killing it lately, especially with that 80th anniversary.
Yeah.
And plus, you know what? I don't know, man. That's so fucking tough.
I mean, they're both owned by the devil. They're both owned by Disney now. But
you know what, man? And that's why I can't hate Disney, because I'm like, you own what I love.
yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy. Here's the thing: you sit down and like, I'm talking out loud, trying to process this in my own head. Like, if you look at Marvel movies, there's something out there for everybody to enjoy, right? If you have the World War II movie with Captain America, you have the spy espionage movie with Captain America 2. I don't know what Civil War would technically be.
Put it this way, what, how am I gonna say this? Well, any upcoming movies, what are you more excited about? The potential like Kenobi series and the other
Oh man, then it had to go to Star
series.
Wars because you know what, man, I don't know where the fuck Marvel's going. I don't give a shit about the Eternals. I don't even.
Because this year, I think there's 2 movies coming out: Black Widow in May, and the Eternals, I think, in November. And we have the New Mutants coming out this year. It just, but that's still in the trailer. It still said Fox, so I don't know if they're leaving that under Fox or if they were gonna throw the Marvel Studios logo on there. But it still said Fox.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I must. Well, I did miss that. Fuck. You know what? That movie doesn't look terrible. It's not something that I guess interests me. Black Widow, man. The only reason I want to see that movie is for David Harbour.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm pissed. You know what? The thing I'm pissed off about that movie is they had the perfect Ben Grimm and they casted him as Red Guardian.
Ooh.
One thing that's probably just a one-off role for him too. That's the part that killed me.
I think you might be right with that one, yeah.
And the only reason I want to see Eternals is because the Game of Thrones cast is in it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you have Kit Harington and who is Rob Stark?
Rob Stark.
Yeah.
What the guy's name is, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I want to see it. Man, I can't wait for them to bring my my queen in to Marvel.
Oh, I'm talking about
Emilia Clarke. Yeah, dude, that is my wife, and she just don't know it yet.
Oh,
I am in love with that woman.
Yeah, ditto, man, ditto.
You're married. I'm not.
Yes. Okay, yeah. That's all right. My wife can drool over Aquaman, so. And I'm still trying to get my wife to watch Game of Thrones, but she ain't having it. She's just not into it.
Man, I made a deal with my mom and my brother because my dad and I, we finished the series. Actually, we finished it together with season 8. That was the only season we watched together. I came into the game late, but I made a deal with my mom and my brother. They were like, "Fine, we'll sit down and watch it." But for every 2 episodes, you have to watch a Christmas movie. I was like, well, fuck. So yeah, and it couldn't be Christmas movies I liked, like It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone. It had to be
Lifetime movies or what?
Oh God. And the thing I hate about Christmas movies, man, is they all have the same premise. It's either about a widow, somebody who's sick, somebody who's dying. It's just like they find love, or like it's about some asshole that like fucking finds out he has a heart. Like it's just all the same shit.
The same handful of characters.
Yep.
Just in a different movie. Like, did we see this one? No, that's a different movie. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah.
Like Rich and I are on the same page, man, about It's a Wonderful Life. Man, and it's just not my favorite Christmas movie. It's one of my favorite movies, period.
You know, I've never seen that movie.
Oh man, you should.
I'm like 42 years now. I've never seen that movie.
You know what, man, though? My favorite Christmas movie is actually Batman Returns.
There you go.
Somebody told me Shazam, and that blew my mind. Shazam is a Christmas movie too.
Oh, yeah, I guess so if you think about it. Yeah. Shazam was great though.
Oh man, I remember seeing that in theater, and like I wasn't expecting much from it, but man, it's so good, man. It was just big, but with a superhero.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was their best attempt at an MCU movie.
But yeah, for now, going back to it, I think I'm going to go with Star Wars.
All right. We
got Clone Wars coming up. We finished Mandalorian. Mandalorian will be back in the fall. So, you know, I'm gonna stick with Star Wars.
All right. Good choice. Good choice. You excited about any other movies coming out? I know I mentioned the MCU movies, but there are let's see, this year, what else is coming out? Venom 2,
Mm,
Morbius,
no,
Blood.
I am not excited for Morbius. I'm not even going to bother. You know what though? I'm part of the AMC A list, so I might, because I can see 3 free movies a week.
There you go.
So maybe.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot. Venom was a surprise, so
I think
you never know.
I was listening to the League of Geeks review, and they just said it was a good movie, but it came out it came out at the wrong time. Like this was like an early 2000s movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. And it should have been rated R. Now,
It just has to have Spider-Man though. That's the thing.
you know what? And I'm not mad if they want to throw Spider-Man in it. If that's part of the new deal, man, I'm about it. I don't care. Just as long as I have like my Spider-Man in the MCU, that's all I give a shit about. Throw him in the fucking Venom movie. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna. Oh, I don't know how they're gonna add to that story. Especially
a team up Venom and Spider-Man versus Carnage.
Oh, if we get a Maximum Carnage, I'm about it. Just take off the Raggedy Ann wig. That was so fucking bad. Like, I love Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson's dope in everything he's in, but that fucking wig looked ridiculous on him.
It's like, bro, we know you're bald. Come on.
And that's the thing too. Like, Cletus Cassidy's hair has nothing to do with his character. Like, I mean, or Chris Evans, Steve Rogers isn't a true blonde.
Right.
And you shaved Thor's head. It's just, or Hawkeye isn't blonde. It's like, I don't give a shit about any of that. As long as they're the character they're supposed to be, that's all that matters.
And saying that reminded me, have you seen the leaked photos of I guess not leaked, but the on-set photos of the Penguin?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that the RLU exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They show Colin Farrell, it looks like an older, gray-haired, regular dude.
Is it gray? Because I took that as blonde. Maybe,
but I think everybody's vision of Penguin is a chubby dude, Danny DeVito or who are they saying, Jonah Hill. How do you feel about it? Just a normal Penguin? I think it's good. Change it up.
I forgot who you know what? Andy Serkis. See, that's the part that upset me. Andy Serkis would have been the perfect fucking Penguin.
I think so, yeah.
Man, honestly, like, because he's got a little gut on him. Like, he's got that little bit of pudge. Like, but if you take his character from Black Panther Claw, right, and just kind of tone it down a little bit, where he's not singing "Baby Don't Hurt Me," like, that's Penguin. Like, somebody, I think it was Boss Logic that did the photoshopped image.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
Yeah.
But they casted him as Alfred, and that's the part that just blew me. Like, you just kind of wasted him. Like,
I don't know what he can bring to that character. Alfred's cool, but I agree, he's wasted.
And that's the thing too. Like, the only other movie I think I've seen him in, like, other than Black Panther and Age of Ultron, was 13 Going on 30.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I think my daughter was watching that like last week when they were still at home for Christmas break, but I was like, yay, I totally forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah, I think Mark Ruffalo was in that.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was on TV, and I called my mom. I was like, "Hey, who's in this movie?" I'm like, Gollum. She was like, Gollum? I'm like, the mocap guy. I said, he was just in Black Panther. She was like, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm going. She hung up on me.
Yeah, laughing. I think I went in when they were doing like the whole Thriller scene. I don't know if you remember that part.
Yeah.
he was dancing Thriller. I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah. But man, I don't know. It's like the whole Robert Pattinson thing. I want to wait till I see the movie, because everybody lost their fucking mind over Ben Affleck. And I remember when they were talking about the whole, he wasn't supposed to just direct. I think it was a Batman movie or the Justice League movie or some shit like that they were doing. He was supposed to be Batman.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just went, huh. I actually don't hate that. And like the whole Robert Pattinson thing, like everybody's saying Twilight. Like, and I remember my first like knee jerk reaction was like, all right, I fucking quit. I'm done. Like I can't keep defending this shit. And like
I'm actually all right with it. I think he's good enough actor to, if they do it the way I think they're gonna do it, which is more of a toned down kind of true detective kind of movie, dark and grimy. Maybe not as dark as Joker, but on a similar path. I think it'd be really, really good.
You know what really did it for me was they compared it to Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Like that's the style of story. And honestly, that like
When you hear like all these castings for like all these characters, it's like kind of makes sense that they would do that story, because how else are you gonna fit in all those characters?
oh my god, Buddy, who's playing the Ritter, Paul Dano, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Ooh, am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm good. Man, I was so disappointed, man. So disappointed because I wanted David Tennant to be like the Riddler so bad.
Yeah.
Because like it just leaving the accent, I don't give a shit. Like I never heard him do like an American accent, and I'm cool with that. Like fuck, he's just so good in everything he's in. Like just him as Kilgrave. Like I didn't even after they killed him off at the end of Jessica Jones season 1, I didn't even bother watching the second season because he was what actually kept me watching that fucking show.
Yeah.
Other than just Kristen Ritter, like that girl's fucking gorgeous.
Kristen Ritter. Who is she playing?
Jessica Jones.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes.
I
always think back to Breaking Bad. She's in Breaking Bad.
Oh my god! I remember when I was watching Breaking Bad. I was talking to my best friend about it, who already finished the series, and she was just like, "So what part are you on now?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, Jesse's girlfriend." She goes, "Fuck that bitch." She goes, "You're gonna fucking hate her." I'm like, "Why?" She was like, "You'll see." I'm like, "Well, I don't fucking hate her. Like, I'm hating Heisenberg like more and more because she let her die. Or like, yeah, he let her die."
Yeah. Great show.
Yeah, is the Batman coming out this year or is it next year?
It is next year.
Oh fuck. But yeah, I guess you know
it's
what?
kind of a lackluster year. Like I had a list here. Black Widow, Eternals, Venom. Birds of Prey is gonna be the first one in February.
You know what? I'm the only one that's not really hating anything I'm seeing from that movie, other than the fact that Black Mask isn't really wearing his mask.
Yeah, it might be one of those where he's gonna don it like in the very last scene or something.
You know what, man? Have you ever watched the Harley Quinn cartoon?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, dude! Honestly, I have the DC Universe app. And when I tell you I got that app to read the comics mostly, like the shows was completely secondary and they didn't have everything on there. And like what they'll do is they'll have like the Burton era Batman movies up, like from 89 to Batman and Robin. And then they'll take it down and they'll put them back up and they'll take them down and shit like that. Which annoys the shit out of me. And the fact that they don't have any of the new DCEU movies up just blows me too. But that's neither here nor there. So I got it mainly for the comics in Titans. So Titan season 1, I enjoyed. Let's just say, what was it? Season 3 of Young Justice. I still haven't finished it. I just don't care. Like they're not doing any of the core characters. It's all these new fucking characters I don't give a shit about. So season 2 of Titans was really good. And so like after that was done, I still haven't watched Doom Patrol or Swamp Thing. I thought about canceling, and then I gave the Harley Quinn cartoon a chance. Now, mind you, I'm not an Adult Swim fan. Like that type of humor is just not for me. Other than Rick and Morty, and I just watch Rick
I
and
was gonna
Morty
say,
as a show. Like
yeah,
I don't laugh at everything in that show. Like there's some episodes I won't laugh at all, but I'll still be entertained watching it.
yeah.
Dude, this show is so fucking funny, and it's that Adult Swim humor. Like the first episode, like it's a little daunting hearing these characters say "fuck," "shit," "damn," "cocksucker," and all those.
The Harley Quinn one?
Yeah, like it's rated R. It's a hard R too.
Really?
There's no nudity. But yeah, they're cursing up a storm. There's blood. There's death. Like people getting their heads blown off. It honestly, it's what the Birds of Prey movie should be. Oh my god, episode like every single episode, I'm like this is the funniest episode. The next episode is the funniest. Like oh my god, they introduced Damian Wayne into it, and he has the voice of a small child, and it is so fucking funny. Like imagine what's Kyle's brother from South Park?
Kyle's brother? Kenny? No.
No, like
Uh,
Kyle's little brother. He. Oh shit!
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
Yeah, he has almost like
Like
it's
little-
a similar age of a voice, and it is so fucking funny, man. So funny. Like I can't tell anybody enough to watch that.
And that's
Like-
exclusive to the DC app?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to shut that down. Or
Honestly, man, I hope not, because I really want Titan season 3, and I want a season 2 of this shit. It is so fucking funny. Kaylee Kuko, or however you say her name,
yeah.
perfect. Like the humor just
Well,
hits.
she plays Harley?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm not mad at it. Like as soon as she was casted, somebody was just like, "Oh, her voice is so fucking annoying." Oh, Harley's voice is annoying.
Yeah, true.
Like if you, Ellen, was it Ellen Sorkin? Or was it her name? I know her last name was Sorkin. Eileen Sorkin. From the animated series, like my God, like hearing that voice all day long would annoy the shit out of me. I love the character, but like a human version of her with that voice would just annoy the piss out of me.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, man,
Yeah,
if you can get on your Dario stick,
yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to have to look that up. And is it called Harley Quinn or is there?
yeah, it's just Harley Quinn. It is fucking gold.
Got to look that up.
Like honestly, man, if they ever do a Deadpool cartoon like that, which they should, put it on FXX or FX, whatever the fuck it's called nowadays. Dude, just do that. It honestly, that humor hits so fucking much.
Yeah, that'd be for us grown-ups.
Yeah. Did you ever see Once Upon a Deadpool,
Once Upon a Deadpool.
the PG-13 version?
Oh no, the one that's like Princess Bride.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
see that version.
Honestly, man, the Deadpool 2, man, the humor just didn't hit with me. Like to me, they were just trying real fucking hard. But honestly, Once Upon a Deadpool, yo, that shit was so fucking funny. I don't care if it was PG-13, but the PG-13 aspect is what made that movie funny.
Was it more the in between scenes? Story or the movie itself?
Oh, just the whole movie itself. Like the fact that he has to censor himself is what made it funny.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. I need to check that out.
Oh, wait, Deadpool? Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
Or?
Once Upon a Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
What else? You gonna go see Wonder Woman? I think that's in June.
Oh, yeah. You know what, man? I don't know what DC's doing. I don't. Like, I don't know if they're going to continue with the universe that they set up. And honestly, man, I don't care. Just put it all together. Like, throw Robert Pattinson in there if Ben Affleck don't want to do it anymore. Or just recast him. I mean, my God, we've fucking dealt with how many Bonds, how many different Batmans recasted in the same timeline.
Yeah. And it don't even matter. I mean, the only ones that it really affects are like people like us, the nerds, that really pay attention to that. But the general audience, they just see oh, it's a Batman movie, or oh, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't really pay attention to that stuff.
Well, see, they shat the bed. I don't know if they let go of Henry Cavill. And to me, like, honestly, that's my Superman. I grew up with the
I don't
Dark
know.
Knight.
He's the Witcher now to me.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Dude, like he
Like,
doesn't
I don't
even have
even
much
see him as
dialogue, really.
Superman. I don't even see him as Superman anymore. He's fucking the Witcher.
But like, maybe it's just Henry Cavill is a fucking person. But like, I want to see him as Superman. Like I don't know, man. It's just something about that cat.
Did you like Man of Steel?
You know what, man? That's what made me a Superman fan. Like I always thought he was the big fucking blue Boy Scout, and like that shit always annoyed me. But as soon as I saw that, man, I wanted to go back and read Superman comics. I read Birthright directly after that. What else did I read? Last Son of Krypton. Oh, that shit was good. Last Son of Krypton. But no, those are the only two Superman stories I read. But I've always been a Batman guy. Like whenever people talk to me about DC, like for me, DC is like talk to me about Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe the Flash TV show. I haven't started watching this new season yet, but the last season wasn't terrible. It wasn't as good as the first season.
Yeah, I'm just not into DC. I haven't watched any of those shows. Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, none of that. It just never interests me. Batman is the only thing in DC in my eyes, really.
Because he's a Marvel character.
Is he though?
Yeah. Honestly, he's just a Marvel character set in the DC universe.
I guess you could say that.
And here's the awesome thing about Batman, and we could talk hours about like Batman alone. But the thing that makes Batman so special is his rogues gallery. Now, every single character actually has a psychological disorder. Like a known psychological disorder. Like I was reading The Psychology of Batman, and oh my god, I didn't get to the Joker chapter. That's the only fucking part that kills me is the fact I never got there. But there is an amazing podcast out there. It's called the Arkham Sessions, and what they do is they go through. It's with an actual psychologist and her husband, and they go through every single episode of the animated series, and they break it down from a psychological standpoint.
Every episode.
Every episode. Even they cleared out all of them. They finished them all up. I think they went to X-Men the animated series, but they do the Batman movies. They did Suicide Squad. They did Killing Joke. They just did the Hush movie, which I didn't hate. Did you? What did you think of that? The Hush adaptation.
I liked it.
I didn't hate it. You know, and like that's what I expect now. I don't expect them to do Under the Red Hood or The Dark Knight Returns. You know, Dark Knight.
That's my favorite Batman.
Dark Knight Returns.
Yes, I like that big buff old Batman.
You know what, man? I honestly, that's probably the only other than like the earlier Sin Cities, like oh, what was the one with Hartigan? The Yellow Bastard, I think it was called.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Hard Goodbye was the other one. That was the one with Marv. But yeah, like his artwork there. Excuse me. And with Dark Knight Returns, was probably Frank Miller at his best. And then for some reason, I don't know, the dude just forgot how to draw. Like the fists like were cartoon style big, like it's just his like he forgot what proportions were. It's just they all look terrible. Yeah,
and that, like I said, that style of Batman, that's what kind of drew me to like Batfleck. You know, he's older now. He's not buff, but he's a bigger guy.
Oh yeah,
and it reminded me of that Batman. So. That's the only thing that I liked about those movies, or about Batfleck.
That's the problem. Like with that movie in general, is that he wanted to make a Dark Knight Returns movie, but you don't come out the gate with a Batman v Superman. That should have been your finale, like where these
Yeah.
actors' contracts are up and they don't want to come back, and they made it known they don't want to come back. Then you age them up a bit and you do a Dark Knight Returns story.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing about that Batman and Superman fight was these are two friends
Hmm.
fighting. Like, and Batman's just like, if you want to get froggy, then jump, motherfucker. While Superman doesn't want to fucking kill him. And just like that scene where Bruce has a heart attack and he grabs, like he's holding Bruce and all the troops come in. And he's just like, you stay away from him. That's his friend who just died, man. It's just reading that moment in comics, man, knowing the history that these two have to get together, like that's warranted. But like these two fucking people just met each other in this movie, so it's not warranted. It's like the Civil War in the movies. Like you built up to that.
Right.
And just to have that line like, Tony, he's my friend. He was like, well, so was I. Like, how the fuck do you have two superheroes? Like, this is the part that kills me, right? The same year, almost, the same 2 months, the movies come out, right? Back to back. You have two of the most legendary superheroes together in one movie. How the fuck is Civil War better? Like, how? Like, you had all this build up, right? But like, to me, like in a way, Civil War wasn't warranted because he didn't build up that animosity between the two. Like there wasn't this catastrophic event like it was in the comics.
Yeah, they tried to do it in a movie,
but it was so much of a better movie. Like I was so invested. Like I'm Team Cap all the way. But the moment where he was just like, Tony, it wasn't him. He wasn't in the right mind. He was like, I don't care. He killed my mom. And the mama's boy inside of me just went, oh, kill him. Kill the little metal arm bastard. Like, I what did we get out of fucking BVS? Save Martha? Like, okay.
I got a nap out of that movie.
Oh my God. You know what? I remember I saw that movie with my ex, right? And the first time I walked out of the theater, I was all juiced, man. I was like, that was the fucking amazing movie. That was the best movie. DC can do no wrong. And I was on another one of my old friends' podcasts, and I went to go see it again that day, so it was fresh in my mind. Oh my God, I was checking my watch. I'm like, come on. And then it got to the Doomsday fight, and I was bored.
Yeah. You said it. We went with a friend of mine. We actually saw it in Austin, and like maybe not even halfway through, I look over at my buddy, and he's crashed out. I was like, man, this is boring. And I was excited for it too, but yeah, it let me down. So did Justice League, but
You know what, man? I didn't hate Justice League. I enjoyed myself seeing Justice League. And like I know a lot of people poo-poo or give me shit about it. But I walked into that movie with no expectations. And the CGI mustache.
terrible.
That was all, terrible. But I didn't hate it. Like I got the Superman I've been wanting, like the optimistic one. I honestly got the Flash I wanted because I got tired of the crybaby Grant Gustin. I mean, Jason Momoa is not Aquaman to me. Like I remember I didn't see Aquaman, but like I was watching with my parents and my brother, and as soon as you see Patrick Wilson as King Orn, I'm like, he should have been Aquaman. They're like, what are you talking about? Jason Momoa is the perfect Aquaman. I'm like, you lie. Like,
I mean, if they would have based them out of Hawaii or something, maybe. But
and like, mind you, like, I don't have any attachment to Aquaman, so I don't give a fuck one way or another. And honestly, I got to say this about the Aquaman movie. That movie is like, it makes no sense why it's as good as it is. Like,
I didn't care for it, to be honest. I know a lot of people.
Really?
I didn't really care for it.
Like I thought
it just seemed too over the top, like they were trying too hard.
You know what? I mean, it's just a dumb action movie. Like you put it the best. It was just a dumb action movie.
Yeah.
And like to me, I like dumb action movies. Maybe it's just like the guy in me, but like I don't know.
It's a Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw was so much fucking fun, man. That movie honestly didn't deserve to be as good as it was. The same thing with the Expendables, man. Expendables, I loved like just dumb 80s. That's what Aquaman is. It's just it's an 80s action movie.
There
Like
you
it's
go.
over the top. Like as soon as like Jason Momoa lands somewhere and just kind of turns his head, the rock music kicks in, and he always has that one liner.
Yeah,
It's an 80s action movie.
Yeah. I mean, I
Wonder
see why people liked it. Just wasn't for
Wonder
me.
Woman, man, that was oh my god, Wonder Woman was so good. My only complaints about it, you could have cut 10 minutes out of the end of the movie. Like that blast, like video game boss fight, you could have cut that out.
Yeah.
But like she kind of had that cheesy speech at the end that just kind of made me cringe. Like she goes, "I am Diana, the Princess of Themyscira. So blah 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 blah. I believe in love. This, that, and the third." I'm like, okay, you can stop talking. Just kill him.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited for the second one. Don't know what the hell's going on. I think Steve Trevor's still dead, to be perfectly honest. And
What do you think's happening there then? Is
Pedro Pascal, like
brought back from the past?
I think it's all in her head. I think
Really?
Pedro Pascal is just putting it in her head.
Huh.
Because again, like I don't like if you talk like I know a little bit about Superman. I know a little bit about the Flash. I probably know more about Superman than I do about the Flash. Green Lantern, here and there. I don't know that much of the lore. I don't know shit about Wonder Woman. I don't know shit about Aquaman. Who am I missing? Who else is in the Justice League? But yeah, like all I know is like he can make you see shit, or like your greatest desires come true, or some shit like that. Like it's all him. And then Chris Pine is gonna go away.
Yeah, he has to.
But that's the part I don't get about fucking DC, like or DC Warner Brothers. They're saying now it's gonna be a while till we see Wonder Woman again, or Wonder Woman in a movie. Like that makes no sense. Like because for one, her movies are so fucking good. Like, or this movie's gonna be good. It's gonna make bank. Honestly, it's a better female-led superhero movie than Captain Marvel. Let's face that.
True. Although I didn't hate Captain Marvel, but
neither did I. I actually really liked it.
I like the Wonder Woman more though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a better movie, and honestly, it's because of Brie Larson. I don't care for her as an actress, and Adam can say it till he's blue in the fucking face. He like Gal Gadot is not a bad actress. She ain't a great actress, but she ain't a bad actress.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
Oh no. I know Brie Larson is just like she's just wooden. Like she has the same like fucking I'm bored look.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just her thing or if she tries to be that way,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But what are you gonna see that underwater movie?
Underwater. Who's in that? The other Twilight girl.
Kristen Stewart, TJ Miller, who I still don't know why the fuck he still has a career. Like this dude just keeps like sabotaging his own career.
It looks interesting. It's like they're all the way down there and they have to go to it's like an escape pod, right?
Yeah.
So they have to travel through the water by themselves. Yeah,
it's essentially Alien underwater.
Yeah. Yeah, I might check that out.
And what else? Have you? Do you watch My Hero Academia?
I've seen. What are we on? Season 4?
Yeah.
So I've seen I've seen all 3 seasons. I think I've seen the first episode of season 4.
I got a website for you. I'll give it to you later. Oh, dude, they're killing it with season 4. Season 4 is so good.
Yeah.
But what else is coming out this year other than Wonder Woman, Venom 2?
As far as like comic book movies, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's kind of a lackluster year. Next year should be more exciting.
Yeah.
With,
So hey, what was your top movie of 2019 again? Peanut Butter Falcon?
yes.
Man, that was so fucking good, wasn't it?
Um, man, I am for some reason I am like a big Shia LaBeouf fan right now. I still have yet to see Honey Boy. I don't know if that's released yet, or it was like
I think it's on
limited
Amazon Prime,
release.
isn't it?
I don't know. I gotta look it up, but um, that dude, I think he should have got some kind of um nominations for that role. To me, I think he was just really, really good. If I'm speaking like Adam,
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy that movie. Um, even the that dude Zach that had the Down syndrome. I think he did great.
You know what, man? It's the fact that my mom and I, we were just talking about this movie too. Um, we both like the fact that they actually put somebody with Down syndrome in the movie. Like they're giving like those types of actors like some light and giving them a role.
Yeah, most definitely.
And oh my God, he was the heart of that entire movie.
He was.
Man,
was.
it just like I was saying on the year-end show, man, that scene where he's practicing his evil laugh, like the whole "Are you a bad guy?" Dude, I got so choked up, like tears are welling up in my eyes. But yeah, the movie, my only gripe about it is the movie is so predictable at the end.
Yeah. Of course they're gonna end up with each other, right? But I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, it's one of those movies where I'm actually taken away for the length of the movie, a couple hours, and I was just really into that movie.
Yeah.
And I'm a big baby. I was crying the whole movie too. It's like, I just enjoy it a lot.
Because
would you, if it was you, would you have taken Zach to go see was it Saltwater, the Saltwater Redneck? You think you would be able to do that if you're as Shia LaBeouf?
You know what, man? If I had no responsibilities and I was just a free spirit, yeah. It's like, but I look at my life now. I'm like, man, I got a full-time job. Like I take care of somebody. Like,
Yeah, it's a fantasy. It's not real, but
yeah, no, yeah. If it were a fantasy, yeah, definitely. He almost reminds me of Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Or am I reaching there? I think I might be reaching. But no, that like my movie of the year was actually Joker, but chased with Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, he just seemed real. Like you can really tell, you know, the loss of his brother just broke him, and he didn't really care about anything really. He's just trying to survive, and he just stumbled upon this guy, and you know, he said, "Screw it, I'm gonna help this guy out."
Oh, and that's the thing too. John Bernthal didn't even have any dialogue in that movie, did he?
If he did, it was maybe a couple words.
Yeah, like I think everything was just silent flashback. No, you know what? I think they were riding in the car together having a conversation. Yeah. But like he had such a small role.
And I think Rich mentioned it, or somehow it came up, that Shia LaBeouf, you could tell that Bernthal, or either he was an inspiration or is an inspiration, or you can really tell his type of character in Shia LaBeouf.
Well, they were in Fury together, weren't they?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You could really see, I think he's rubbed off on him some. He just seems like a man now, you know?
Yeah.
He's not on the Disney Channel anymore, you know?
He's not having his meltdowns.
He's a grown ass man.
Yeah, shit. You know what's really interesting? Speaking of Bernthal, now I don't think Chaney was about it, but what do you think about Bernthal as Wolverine? We were having that discussion in the podcast and bullshit group.
I'm not mad at it.
No, man, neither am I.
They definitely have to go with someone new. I know everybody would like to see the Jackman, but he's old.
And to be honest, I don't want him back. Like, because Logan was such a good end. Like,
Yeah.
it was such a perfect end to that character. It's like not many fucking movies like get that. Now, Rise of Skywalker, I liked Rise of Skywalker. I didn't love it.
Yeah, same here.
It wasn't better.
I mentioned I was satisfied. Like, there was a lot they had to clean up, and I'm good with it. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, it's just, I think the best description I heard was, the whole entire movie was two directors arguing with one another about what should have been. Like that whole thing where Luke pops in, it was like, that's no way to treat a weapon of the Jedi.
Yeah.
With the lightsaber.
Just redoing what everybody thought was wrong.
I was talking to one of man, I was at Hot Topic the other day, and just, I randomly went in, and I saw a dude I usually bullshit with about movies. And I'm talking to him about it. I asked him, I said, now, let me ask you something. If the prequels were to have come out first, and we would have seen Obi-Wan and Yoda just being the badasses that they are, and then 30 years later, we revisit those characters in a new trilogy. We see Obi-Wan as an old man that kind of uses his lightsaber like a fucking baseball bat. And like Yoda is a grumpy ass old man. Would we be as upset? And he was like, I don't know. That's a good question. Like, compared to Luke, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, because I just thought about that. And he was just like, I don't know. But like, if you think about it, Yoda wasn't a central character. I'm like, he goes, Luke, that entire trilogy was about him. I'm like, okay, well, let's say Ewan McGregor, or Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he was just, I'm like, he really didn't do much that entire movie other than like take Luke, get stuck on the Death Star, fucking turn off the tractor beams, and then die with Vader. I'm like, Luke kind of did the same thing, right? Like, just like Yoda, like here I am trying to like The Last Jedi, like try to like con myself into it. I hated The Last Jedi.
I didn't. I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed it, but like I say, I try not to get too into like, oh, they should have done this or they should have done that. I take it for what it is. It's a Star Wars movie, and I enjoy it all.
That was see, for me, The Last Jedi was how they treated Luke. Now, Luke's been one of my favorite characters ever since I was a kid. Probably my favorite character since I was a kid. Just the simple fact that, as a kid, you identify with Luke. Like, you want to be on the same journey he is.
Right.
Like, let's face it, as kids, like we identify, like, I want to be Batman, but we don't want to lose our parents. Like,
right.
The idea of Luke
just want the money and the gas.
Yeah, the idea of Luke is that he's an orphan who gets taken in by his like aunt and uncle who have to die in order for him to go on this journey. But we don't ever think about that. But like, we want to go on this adventure that Luke's gone on, and how optimistic he remains, and just like he remains good. And then you have Empire Strikes Back, where he does, like, I don't give a fuck what Rich says. Luke is not a bitch. First off, he abandons his training to go save his friends, knowing that he's going to face Vader, and he's not ready. And yeah, he's a cocky little fuck when he faces Vader. Like, he's holding the lightsaber with one fucking hand and everything. Like, thinking he's a big shot because he's got a fucking lightsaber and he's had some training. But, he literally knows that he's putting himself in danger. Like, he could die, but he's going to do it for his friends because he's ride or die.
Right.
Not everybody's like that.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess you could say that.
but then Return of the Jedi, I feel like that's when you get your best Luke. And in my eyes, Luke would have never, I guess, detoured from being that, because as we get older, well, my perspective on that changed actually, but like as we get older, we learn not to do what we did before, not to give up, say, not, I can't do that, like, but
He was just following the same path that Yoda did, right? He just
yeah.
went into exile.
And if you look at like people in life, like he kind of, like people who have stressful jobs, for instance, like I have a friend, and I'm like, you used to be bubbly, you used to laugh at everything. What happened? She goes, life changes you. So
That,
like seeing that in real life, that puts it in perspective to me. Like, but I don't want to see like characters I like I watch in movies to escape reality from become that. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's just hard to believe that Luke would give up.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, at the end, he doesn't. And like, I listen to Chris, like, and I'm trying to like believe what he believes, and like trying to like con myself into liking this movie. Like, I just got the figure. It's Crate Luke. Man, I instantly just popped the head on something, like on the Return of the Jedi Luke. like
That's the way he should have looked.
yeah. Like, Mark, you should have lost a little extra weight. And I popped the what is that? The Achu or Actu Luke. Yeah. I put him on the Obi-Wan body. So now I got my Jedi Master Luke.
There you go.
Like he should be. Fucking Ryan Johnson.
I
But hey, have you seen Knives Out? Speaking of Ryan Johnson?
I haven't.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Is it like Clue at all, or?
Yeah. I honestly, man, 10 out of 10. The dude can write a movie, just not a Star Wars movie. Honestly, like halfway through the movie, they reveal who done it, and then it just becomes a whole different roller coaster, and you're in it. Like I remember I'm sitting next to my brother watching this movie, and we find out like who done it in the middle. I'm like, all right, so where's this movie going now? It's like, I don't know, but like you're in it, and fuck, dude. Chris Evans goes back to playing like the cocky bastard, and he's so good at it. Like there's a scene where like he sits down in front of the family, like he's the dickhead in the family, and people are just going in on him, and he was like, like I think he tells somebody to like eat ass or something. They're like, oh, that's real nice. He goes, you know what, better yet, eat shit. And then everybody starts going in on him, and he's just pointing at everybody. He's like, you eat shit, you eat shit, you eat shit. Oh, you definitely eat shit. Like that is the man. I'm gonna tell my kids that's Captain America.
That's awesome. I like how he can he's done being Captain America, and he can just go into something like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, like to me, like he's no like Robert Downey Jr. wishes he could be Chris Evans. Like Robert Downey Jr. is just one note, and he plays the same character in every movie.
Yeah, and he's got to be on his toes now that he's been reborn, I guess.
Oh, Doolittle looks so dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck to say.
I was getting on Rich because he kept mentioning Doolittle being a Disney movie, and I had mentioned him. I said, "Rich, it's not a Disney movie. It's a Universal movie."
Is it?
Yeah, they look. It looks like a Disney movie, right? They look at the trailer, but yeah, it's Universal.
Oh my god, I thought it was a Disney movie too.
It's not, because he was talking about, they shouldn't release that in the theaters. It should be on Disney Plus, and I'm like, Rich, it's not a Disney.
Oh, I thought it was a Disney movie too.
Oh, no, they're trying really hard to make it look like it.
Hey, is Jungle Cruise coming out this year?
I don't know.
Because man, I actually really want to see that movie.
Yeah, you and Rich, anything with The Rock in it, right?
You know what? What movie did I just see with? Oh no, I actually rewatched
Jumanji?
The Upside. I haven't seen Jumanji. That's the part that kills me. Um,
The Upside is great. And Kevin
oh
Hart?
man, yeah. Yeah, I was just watching that. I was telling the guys a long time ago, I really want Cranston to be Professor X. They're like, I'm like, we've seen him in a wheelchair and we've seen him bald. He's perfect,
Yes. I'm down with that.
man. And you know what? Dude, Denzel is Magneto. I'm with that. I'm not mad at that. And somebody said Oscar Isaac is Magneto, or you know what?
I
Giancarlo
think Denzel.
Esposito is
Yeah.
Magneto. If somebody said that, I'm like, I'm not mad at that at all.
He's old too, though. I think they need someone closer to Cranston's age. I know he's old, but he's not as old as Denzel. But
Yeah. Oh no, I'm with Denzel though. I'm not mad at that. Shit, man, I wish I would do something. You know what? I hope they do Fantastic Four before they do X-Men.
I think they will. I think it's going to be a while before we see any X-Men.
And like I was telling the guys, like I don't want Doom to be the first villain. I actually want Mulbane to be the first villain. Like build Doom up, like they did with Thanos.
Yeah, like I said, maybe he can just be Victor Von Doom
Yeah.
in whatever movie, right? And he doesn't change until later.
Yeah. Shit, isn't there another DC movie that's coming out too, other than Wonder Woman? They just announced Shazam 2. That Flash movie's never getting made.
2021. I think, December of next year, I think, is Black Adam, and then 2022, I think, is Shazam 2.
Yo, did you see how big The Rock got?
Yeah, he's always been pretty big.
No, this dude's built like a fucking elephant now. Like the dude's just he was big before this, and now he's just even bigger. Like I don't know what the fuck he's like. I don't know what he's taking. I don't.
I don't know, him and Kevin Hart, I don't know what keeps them going. It seems like they're in like 10 movies a year.
Yeah, like and Kevin Hart, man, for like a little midget, man, like dude's in shape. I was watching a couple of episodes of I think I'm on episode 3 of the documentary he did.
Yeah.
Man, like that dude just stays going.
Yeah.
You know,
His wife says he hardly sleeps, and I think I just seen the first episode. I was laughing when she said, "It's been like 2 days since you've taken a shower."
Oh yeah. Like you know
nah.
what? I mean, I cringe at people who told me like they take a shower every other day. I'm like, that's fucking gross, man. Go shower.
For
Like,
real.
I shower every day, dude. I don't give a fuck if I'm late for work. I'm still taking a shower. Like,
Even if you don't do anything and stay home all day. just take
oh
a
yeah,
shit.
man. If I'm not leaving the house, period, man, I'll skip the shower. But like, I did that, like, and I just felt like fucking dirty the next day. So after I took a shower, like, you ever like take a shower like after like you've been busting your ass all day, like whether it's outside, and you're just like you just take that shower, you just feel like fresh, like
Yeah.
fucking like all of a sudden you just had that like that first cup of coffee touches your soul, like fresh, like you're ready to take on the day.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Oh yeah, man, I drink my coffee black.
Black.
Yes, sir.
Like your man? All right. I just didn't know. I meant to ask you that too. Like, what keeps you going? I'm staying up late today to talk to you. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. to go.
Oh shit.
Go to work. But I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I've been drinking coffee lately. And what's funny is I don't like the taste of coffee, but like I like the coffee we have at work. I work in a big manufacturing plant, and we have a cafeteria. It must be just some cheap coffee, but I love the coffee in the cafeteria. I'll try to drink like Starbucks or some fancy coffee, and it's just gross to me. I guess I'm just used to the cheap coffee, but yep, I'll be definitely drinking some in the morning here.
Ah man, I don't know. Like I started drinking coffee when I was in senior in high school. And man, one cup would just get me jittery as fuck. Like I was flying throughout the day. And then, one cup turns into, all right, I need another cup. But like I loaded that up with cream and sugar. But like when I was a Chubbers, then like I started making healthier choices. So I'm like, all right, well, let's cut out the sugar. And then eventually I cut out the cream and I was just drinking it black. And it's just, I got used to the taste. Like I tell people, like it takes a lot to get used to it. Like, I drink my iced coffee black with a turbo shot too. But
Whoa.
what keeps me going? Fuck. Like, I got to get up at 8 to go to the gym. And what I do is I get up at 8, my alarm goes off, I go and take my pre-workout. And I lay in bed wondering why I'm doing this.
Yep.
And then like I'll get out of bed, get dressed for the gym and just head out. And I'm there for about 2 hours, and then I come home, I shower, I take the dog out, get myself ready for the day, and I head to work. And yeah, so I think tomorrow is my last day at the gym because Saturday we're getting hit with snow. We're getting about 3 to 6 inches.
Shoot, I might be heading your way. I don't know yet. Next month I might have a work trip to Wisconsin. But
Oh shit, that's not that's near me, but like I thought you meant like you were coming to Chicago.
well, just sort of your way. I'm just not looking forward to possibly going to Wisconsin in February.
Oh man, it's like fuck, dude. It was like 60 degrees here for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, we had like 40, or like 50, 60s. Like we had a good run, but I knew, man, we were gonna get hit. And tomorrow and Friday it's supposed to rain. Saturday morning is supposed to rain, and then the snow is supposed to come. So basically, it's going to be wet snow at the bottom. So it's going to be heart attack snow.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we get this every year where it'll snow, or well, it'll rain and then it'll snow and then it'll rain and then it'll snow, and like each scoop will be like fucking 20 pounds. It sucked, man. One winter we had, this was about 5 years ago. Like it was just fucking. It was heart attack snow all the fucking way.
I think I'm winding down, man. Maybe we'll call it.
All right, man.
I really appreciate your time, staying up late with me.
Man, I'm sorry for keeping you up.
Oh, no. I've been wanting to get you on for a while. Like I said, moving forward, I want to try to do one-on-ones. Just keep it more real. Real talk with real, right? What was it? Real
talk with Thick Nick, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the plan. And anytime, man, if you ever want to talk again, man, we can definitely do something.
Yeah, man, just hit me up. Let me know. And
before we go, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find your art and all that good stuff.
On IG, you can get me at Frank N. Stein. That's Frank, the letter N, ST3IN. You can find me on Facebook. You can just shoot me a friend request. I'll add you. That's Nicholas von Frankenstein, and my Facebook likes page is Zampotis Art. That's Z as in zebra, A, M as in Michael, F as in Frank, O, T as in Thomas, I, S as in Sam, art.
All right, Nick. Again, I appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, I'll see you later.
You've been listening to the Dork Dad Podcast. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, keep it dorky.
Extra medium?
It's medium, yeah.
Medium, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know what? I was a small, but I started bulking.
Bulking up to a medium? That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm actually really happy about that too, because you know what? Like, I lost crazy weight. And I wouldn't say it was my breakup. Like, it was just kind of like the last month her and I were together. Like, I just realized the relationship was over. So it hit me that month, and like I wasn't really eating well. Like, I was barely eating, so like I lost a shit ton of weight. And then like the month after that, like I was still like eating poorly, like just not eating poorly, but like barely eating. And I think I got down to like probably 139 pounds. Like, I was just a toothpick. Like, I looked sickly. And then I started weightlifting. I had to give it up for a couple of months because I had a shoulder injury. Basically, I benched a weight that I wasn't necessarily ready for, and I had bad form, and I felt it in one of the tendons in my shoulder. So I got the clean bill from my doctor to start weightlifting again, and I started weightlifting. And when I got back from Florida, I started bulking, and now I got a little bit of fat on me. So like, I tell people, like, I got love handles in a gut. Like, I got some.
I think my leg weighs 130 pounds.
Yeah. Fuck. I think I'm like 165 now.
Oh, if only.
Like, my brother's heavy, man. Like, I love him to death, and that's not me trying to talk shit about him. He's trying to lose weight now, but like, I told him, I'm like, man, you're fucking fat, and he just gave me a dirty look. Like, shut up. Like, when I started bulking, man, I was putting on more fat than I was muscle. Like, I was still putting on muscle. Like I was thickening up. Like, not like my shoulders were starting to get broader, and like I was freaking out. I'm like, Mom, fucking getting fat. Like, I'm putting on more fat than I am muscle. And she goes, well, okay, let me ask you something. How are you lifting at the gym? Do you have more energy at the gym? Because like I went from being a night owl to wait at the gym to like I have to get up early to go lift weights, because like, man, I wouldn't be able to sleep. Like, it'd be fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm still like eyes wide open. But like, so I told my mom, like, yeah, fucking lifting great. Like, I'm up in the weights. Like, I'm able to do like 8 to 12 reps of these heavier weights. And she was like, that's because you're giving your body fuel. Like, you're giving your body the calories that it needs to actually lift and put on muscle.
Yeah.
But since I started, man, like, I fucking doubled everything I lift.
That's great.
Shit. I went from not even be able to like fucking bench 100 pounds to like doing an easy 5 to 6 reps of like, I want to say 170. And then I just dropped the weight and repped the rest out.
For your size, that's great.
Yeah. Fucking, I shoulder press 80 pounds. I squat 240. Like, and that's what I was telling Jaime. I'm like, man, now's the time to fucking start weightlifting, man. I said, don't be a twink. Like, man, I'm happy for Jaime too, man. He was like, dude was huge. But at the same time, man, I got to give a big fuck you to both of them. Like, because Adam's like preaching like, oh yeah, like, you're my inspiration. I'm like, bitch, I was 210 pounds and I fucking lost weight. Yeah, you fucking sack of shit. You're only doing it because your best friend's doing it.
Should be easy for Adam. He's still young.
You know what, man? Honestly,
when you get older, I'm always like on a roller coaster. I go up and down. But
And what I tell people too, like it's all in the kitchen, man. It's all in what you eat. You know, if
Yeah.
how it all melted off for me was like the first go was I cut out bread and I cut out like anything sweet, like anything with sugar in it other than fruit. I
Yeah.
cut it out altogether.
Like
So,
when I was maybe it's been over a year, but like when I was really trying to cut down, I lost 40 pounds in like 2 months. Like it was melting away. But I was doing like that keto. You ever heard of that?
oh fuck, I did paleo. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like no carbs, and I was like really trying to do it hard, like literally almost no carbs. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
suck, didn't
they
it?
say that they say to try to stay under 20 grams, but I was like I was trying to do like absolutely nothing, and it was like just melting away.
Yeah, but you feel like shit. Like getting up in the morning.
At first, at first, yeah, but once I got used to it, it was okay. But once I felt, I was like, oh, I lost 40 pounds. I was like, I'm feeling good. But once you give in, like it just, yeah, you go back.
Oh yeah, like there's no. Let me have a little bit. Let me try
Yeah,
it.
there's no cheating with that diet.
No, man,
You
because
have to commit.
it's like an alcoholic on a bender. Like fuck, like you're like, what have I done? Like a whole cake is gone. Like for me, man, sweets is what does it. Like uh man, like when I was bulking, like I was trying so hard to get to that 3,500 calorie mark.
Mm,
And a lot of it, what I did was a lot of oatmeal, mass building shakes I made myself, which is essentially my fucking oatmeal. Um, and I would do chicken, like whether it's grilled chicken, chicken tenders, baked chicken. I didn't care if I could microwave it, I'd eat it. And then I would come home and top off like some taquitos. And mind you, like I still got love handles in a gut, but you know what? I'm not fucking miserable when I eat, and I don't look out of shape. Like I feel
yeah,
good,
you
man.
definitely don't. You definitely don't.
You know, and like I feel good, and that's what I told my brother. I said, if you really want to lose the weight, cut out all the bullshit. Stop snacking at night. I said, because that's detrimental to you. I said, and do fasted cardio in the morning. I said, you only throw up the first time, and that's it. Like, for me, being that I also weightlift, and my main goal is to put on more, more muscle. Like I do the elliptical. They even tell like I can't do the fucking treadmill, man. My knees are killing me.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm either leg pressing or squatting, like if like all of a sudden I'll feel it in my knee, and that's where like I literally have to drop the weight. Like I have to drop it by 20 pounds, um, and like just rep the rest out. Either that or just stop. Because my dad, he's got knee problems, and man, I saw him with his knee surgery. Man, and once you blow out your knee, man, that it's game over.
Yeah. My father-in-law had knee surgery, and yeah, he's never the same, or he's not the same anymore.
You know, and my dad, he was he got one knee done, and he was saying he was like, it's stiff, like it gets stiff here and there, but like I'll just have to stretch, and I'll be fine. He goes, but I really want to do my other knee before it gets worse. So he's gonna do the other knee in June. But man, I don't want to fucking blow out my knee.
Yeah.
So like we got an elliptical at the gym that's like a stairmaster, um, and I just do that for fucking 30 minutes, and like I'm just drenched in fucking sweat. Like at the end of it, like, and I just fucking leave the gym just soaked. Um, but yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm a try to crash out, man. But again, really appreciate you
Man,
talking to me.
anytime, man.
All right. Uh, yeah. Until next time, man.
All right.
Have a good night.
Hey, man, and thanks again for all your help, man. This is, man, I'm really fucking excited about this.
Yeah, me too, man. Like I'm excited to get your stuff out. You know what I mean? That's for me. So.
All right, man. I won't hold you up any longer.
All right, cool. And I'll order those shirts for you.
All right, for sure.
All right, man.
All right.
Later.